Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Give me a quick thumbs up. Let me know you can hear me. Welcome back to Sunday Morning Joy with Jay. How are you, people? Mom's here from India. Stephanie, Dahlia, go ahead and type in where you're on this beautiful planet you're joining in from as well. So it's been a long break. We've been away for 3 months and super excited, super happy, charged, ready to go here. Dahlia, Chicago. Ah, sweet. Carpinteria, California. Matthew, hello. Marble Canyon in the house. Texas in the house. Where in Texas, Stephanie? Greenbrae, hey, we got my regulars here. Judy's here. Galicia. Hema's here from Brampton, Canada. Sonia, hello. This thing is moving too fast. Let me make the screen bigger. Okay, there. Robert's here. Minneapolis. Alberto, buenos dias. Malcolm is here. Bend, Oregon. I love the place called Hood River, close to where you are. I'm a wing foiler. I'm a kite surfer and wing foiler. So I'd love to come. I haven't been there actually. Just talked about it yesterday to some friends. Asha, regular here in the house. Joe, probably one of my oldest students, meaning longest students. Joe, happy to have you back. Montreal, Canada. Big Sur, California. People close to home. Trinidad, far away from home. Paulette, yes, it's been a good break. I'm actually going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about the break, the value of break, and something that I learned in Europe about life lessons. Anna, bom dia from Brazil. Delaware in the house. Portland, Oregon. Where else? Florida, hello. On the East Coast, the other coast, the sunny coast. Southern Oregon. Dallas in the house. Hello, Cynthia. Yes, bon dia. Birgit, I was in your country. I came through your country. I have a real close friend in Saarbrücken, Alemania. And unfortunately, he was in Florida and I was in his town. I just actually only passed through your country. I'll tell you more about it. Raining for a while in Florida. Good. Well, that means it calmed. Com was in touch with me in Scotland. I went through his beautiful country for the first time. And he reached out to me to see if I could meet up in person. Just didn't work out, but I appreciate the gesture. Ontario, Canada, Los Angeles in the house. Hurricane season. Yeah, it's that time of the year. Fingers crossed. Hope it's going to be a safe year for you all. Where else, people? Where else are people joining in from this morning? Let me make sure I have the YouTube live stream on as well. So this session will be available for you afterwards to view the recording. And so here's what I'm thinking of doing today. I'm thinking of just making this a Q&A. No, I'm not, Birgit, I'm not in Germany right now. I got back last Sunday from a 4-country tour, and I'm going to talk about it. Luxembourg, Switzerland, Ireland, and Scotland. And so when I was traveling from Luxembourg to Switzerland, the train brought me through from Luxembourg to Saarbrücken to Basel. So I did step in your country, but didn't really spend some time there. And it's so funny. I have a dear friend from college in Saarbrücken, and he was on holiday. I have a dear friend in Basel who was also away on a holiday. Yeah, but it's one of those things that are meant to be my trip, not really about friends and family and so on and so forth. But I did take my mother, which some of you know. I take my mother to a different country every year. So Scotland and Ireland were about that. Mom and I had a really good time exploring Scotland. Scotland was, I think, probably the most epic place in this trip. And the weather, as long as it cooperates, is just stunning. And no wonder so many poets are from that land. It's so poetic just to drive through. Actually, we didn't drive. We went on trains all around. So different times, there's different ways we travel, Mom and I. Last year, it's all about boats. We went on cruise from Sweden, Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. This time it was all trains. So, magical. So when we were going through the the highlands in the west, Sky, as some of you may know. If you haven't, please put it on your list. Sky is one of the most beautiful places on the planet. So we would, the train was going through at about 6, 7 o'clock in the evening, kind of duskish time, and there was this elk and this deer that were grazing on the meadows by the train tracks. And as we were going through, the deer were running away, and it was such an epic scene. There is nothing there. There's like miles and miles of green meadows, right? Like soft rolling hills and little lakes, everywhere. And then there was this deer, which was such a pleasant sight. Anyway, that was a song from this new movie that everybody in the world is talking about. It's called Sayara. It just released. It's not yet on Netflix. I haven't seen it, but everybody keeps playing this song, so I played it for you. Okay, so folks, can you please share the name of the song, Sayara? Yeah, Sayara. So it's actually, it's I'm gonna post it. So if you're not on my WhatsApp group, you should be on my WhatsApp group. I'm gonna put a link to the song. It's such a sweet song, a nice melody, and I thought it was kind of appropriate for this kind of mood that we're here to create. Sunday morning joy with Jay. So if it's your very first time, anybody here for the very first time, I want you to go ahead and type in the number 1 so that we know it's your very first time here. Because I see a lot of people. Oh, Basel was so close to my journey this spring. So many arrows pointing there. Yes. And I have probably one of my best friends from childhood. He lives in Basel. He has been there for a long time, but as like I said, fate had it, he was away to celebrate his daughter's birthday in Zurich while I was in Basel, so I didn't get to see him. Yeah, 100 plus sessions. Noel's here for the first time. Welcome. I'm sure there's a few more of you here for the first time. Well, my name is Jay Chodagam. I've been teaching on this channel for the last 5 years. We try to make it here every Sunday. By the way, my plan, I've been away for 3 months. Some of you know that. Some of you regular, some of you have been actually, it's very sweet of Diksha. She has been actually conducting a session every time I'm not speaking, or at least the last few months I've not been coming live. She conducted these sessions with recordings of mine. Diksha, if you're here, thank you so much. I appreciate you doing that initiative. And so I'm back after this break, and here's the plan. From here on, I'm thinking of doing it every other week. I'm working on something really, really interesting, and it is consuming a lot of my weekends and evenings. So in order to maintain my own positivity, my own calm, I think I just need to make this a every other week thing. How does that sound? Okay. Diksha is here. Okay. So you're the D in the house. Okay. Diksha recently moved from my backyard in the Bay Area. She moved to Texas. I hope that transition has gone well. So I appreciate that. So like I was saying, so we gather here since the beginning of the pandemic. So it's been 5 years on, and we gather here every Sunday morning. I have a WhatsApp group. If you aren't on the WhatsApp group, highly recommend it. Song recommendation somebody asked for today. Like I said, Diksha's doing these things when I'm not coming live, and it's a huge community. I think we have 300 people on that WhatsApp group, and I share some daily inspirations, my travel things, and so on and so forth. So I'm. Kate is booing that I'm going to be on every other week. I'm assuming that's what you're booing about. Welcome to have you anytime. Thanks, Cecilia. Okay, so my audio, video, everything are coming across fine. So when you come back after a break, you forget that rhythm of all the things that yeah, thank you. Appreciate that, Kate. She's appreciating. She's in support of my growth, but of course, it's WhatsApp just under your name. Noel, WhatsApp doesn't work that way. It's not under names. It's you have to have a phone number, and somebody can type my phone number here. Then they can, somebody, you guys who are not on the group, I recommend that you join. I also Instagram. Instagram is another place that I usually announce things, and you can. By the way, my travels. If you want to see pictures from it, I think I posted like I don't know, dozen videos and maybe, I don't know, 40, 50 photographs from this trip on Instagram. My Instagram channel is Instagram Awakened Spirit. My handle is Awakened Spirit, past tense. Yes. So, yeah. So if you guys, somebody wants to type in my phone number here, then they can join my WhatsApp group. Yeah. Awakened Spirit. That's my Instagram handle. And then you can join my WhatsApp group by sending me a note. And also mention when you're sending me the note where you're from. So I'd like to always kind of have an idea where on this beautiful planet. It's incredible how people through the course of this last 5 years have met people on this forum who I don't know how they even found me, and the beautiful kaleidoscope of different countries that are represented here. And yeah, so Hema, thank you for so much for posting that. So it was lovely for me that since the last session, my life was nothing but uncertainty. And today the session came to me embracing peace, ease, and loving life. Listen, we just, I appreciate that, Alberto. We're just getting started. So I have a very nice meditation for you today. And before that, I just want to poll. I know we talked about, me sharing about my trip. Do you want me to talk a little bit about it after and focus on the meditation, breath work, and the chanting now? Or does anybody have any questions that they want to talk? Because I know it's been a long break, so I don't want to just, push the content down your throats. I just want to also make it a forum where we kind of catch up with each other. So ask me some specific question. While you're forming the question, I just want to meditation. I want a discussion after. Okay, please meditate now. Okay, talk after. Okay, let's do that. So, for those of you for the first time, I think there's one or two of you who for the first time. The rest of you all are regulars here. So, what I want to do is this. Sunday Morning Joy with Jay consists of 3 components. We're going to do some chanting to open up the channels, chakras. We're going to do some breath work, pranayama, ancient wisdom practice from thousands of years ago. That'll really prepare your body, your brain, and your breath. It'll open it up. And then we go into the meditation bit. That's the heart. That's the longest piece. And today I have a very special meditation, one of my favorite meditations of all time. Okay, that's the agenda. So why don't we jump into it? What I'm going to do is I'm going to play some gentle music in the background, which will set the tone for the practice. Here we go. So folks, I ask that you take in some deep, comfortable breaths deep into the belly, allowing the belly button to rise away from the spine. Breathing in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. A nice, long, slow, deep breath in. And an even longer breath out. Okay, let's do this one more time. Long, slow, deep breath in. And an even longer exhale out through the mouth. Now, with this next inhalation, I want you to breathe into the base of your spine. This is known as the Muladhara chakra, the root chakra. This is where your tailbone ends. Breathing into this area. And this time as you exhale, I want you to release it with the sound of Lam. Now, breathing into your sacral chakra, just a couple of finger spaces below your navel. This is the seat of satisfaction in your body. Breathing into this area, giving this area what it needs, allowing it to expand and soften. And this time, as you exhale, I want you to release it with the sound of a VUM. Now, breathing into your solar plexus, just below where the rib cage ends and the soft tissue begins. This is the seat of your confidence. Breathing in this area, giving it what it needs, nourishing it. And as you exhale, I want you to release it with the sound of RUM. Now, breathing into your heart center, Anahata chakra. This is the seat of the love that you are. Breathing into the heart center, giving it what it needs, softening it. And as you exhale, I want you to release it with the sound of YUM. Yeah. Now, breathing into your throat center. This is known as the Vishuddha chakra, the seat of self-expression. Let your voice be heard. Let your song be heard. Breathing this area, giving it what it needs, allowing it to expand. And as you exhale, I want you to release it with the sound of hum. Now, going into the region of the third eye, somewhere below the brain, between the ears and behind the eyes, is the seat of the soul, referred to as the Ajna chakra, the seat of wisdom. Breathing into this area, giving it what it needs. And as you exhale, I want you to release it with the sound of Sham. Now, breathing into the tippy top of the head, the Sahasrara, the crown chakra. This is the portal to the divine. Breathing to this area, giving it what it needs, allowing it to expand and open up. And this time, as we exhale, I want you to release it with the primordial sound of the universe, Om. Now dropping this practice and just experiencing what this has done for you. Notice the tingling sensations you may be feeling in your entire body as you've activated all 7 chakras with this chanting. And now, as we transition into the second phase of Sunday Morning Joy with Jay, we're going to go into an ancient Indian practice referred to as pranayama. Prana, life energy, yama, the art of cultivating life energy. So, in this practice, we're going to do something called Bandha Pranayama. It involves 3 stages of breathing. First, we're going to do 30 rounds of bow breathing. In through the nostrils, out through the nostrils, go with the flow. After 30 rounds of bow breathing, I will ask you to exhale and hold. First for 30 seconds, second round 60, third round 90 seconds. Now, some of you may be new to this practice. I know some of you are seasoned. Those of you new to this practice, believe me, you can do much better than what your brain makes you believe. Stay with us as best as you can, and if you simply cannot hold your breath, it's okay to let go and catch up with us in the next round. The third, to finish each round, we will do inhaling and holding for 15 seconds. Now, I do the counting, you just do the breathing, you just follow along. Go for the ride with us. All right? With that, let's go ahead and prepare to go into the first round of this Bandha Pranayama practice. Let's begin. In through the nostrils, out through the nostrils, go with the flow. 'In with relaxation, out with stress. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and hold. 30 seconds. You can totally do this. Notice your heartbeat. Can you feel your blood pulsating throughout your body? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 15 seconds hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Let go. A full cycle of breath in and out as we prepare for the second round of this Bandha Pranayama practice. Again, we shall begin with 30 rounds of bow breathing. In through the nostrils, out through the nostrils, go with the flow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and hold. Ask yourself this question: what am I extremely grateful for in my life right now? We all have so many blessings in our lives. Can I make a list of at least 5 things? And then ask yourself this question: who am I grateful for in my life right now? We're almost there, folks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, hold for 15 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, let go. Full cycle of breath in and out as we prepare for the third and the final round of this Bandha Pranayama practice. Again, let's begin with 30 rounds of bow breathing together. Ten more rounds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale and hold. 90 seconds. You can do it. Believe in yourself. I want you to notice the sensations in your body, starting at the tips of your toes. Feel the sensations in the soles of your feet, your ankles, up through the shins to the calf muscles. Feel your kneecaps right now. Feel your thighs, your hamstrings, your quadriceps. Notice the sensations in the biggest muscle mass in the body, the buttocks. Notice the point of contact it's making with the floor, the chair, the seat, or the bed. Coming up through the chest, feel the back. All the way from the bottom of the spine, work your way to the top, to the shoulders. Feel the sensations in the front, the stomach, the chest, the neck, the back of the head, the top of the head. We're almost there, folks. And on your face. Notice the sensations in the entire body as one unit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 15 seconds, final stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, full cycle of breath in and out as we reintegrate with normal breathing. And as you do so, I want you to notice what this practice has done for you. Notice the ease of your breath now. Notice the slow pace of thoughts in your mind. And Notice the lightness you may be feeling in your entire body. This is the power of pranayama, the art of cultivating life energy. Now, as we transition into the heart of today's practice, I am going to ignite your 5 layers of being. This again is a very ancient Indian practice which deeply cleanses and nurtures your entire being. Well, most of us recognize the importance of keeping the physical body in shape. When's the last time you exercised your subtle body or your causal body? According to the ancient Indian yoga traditions, each one of us has 5 bodies. Each one of us is made of this increasingly finer grades of energy as you work your way inwards. And if you intend to live a fully balanced, healthy life, all our 5 bodies need to be kept in good condition. Now, we human beings consist of the material body built of the food that we eat. Now, we oftentimes take care of this, and this nourishes the body and is fed by the universe itself. Underneath that, there is another body made of life energy. See it as a being that fills the physical body and takes the shape of the physical costume. And those of us who treat this vital force as divine experience, excellent health and longevity, because this energy is the source of physical life. Now, within that vital force is yet another body. This is the body that is made of thought energy. Thought energy. It fills the 2 denser bodies and has the same shape. And those who understand and control this mental body overcome fear. Deeper still lies another body composed of the intellect. It permeates these 3 denser bodies and assumes the same form. Those who establish their awareness here free themselves from wasteful thinking and actions and develop self-control necessary to achieve your goals. And further deeper inside, hidden away, is yet another subtler body composed of pure joy. Anandamaya Kosha. It pervades the other bodies and shares the same shape. And this is the body that has experienced happiness, delight, and bliss. These 5 bodies are called koshas or sheaths. It's like a sword that fits into a scabbard. Only the first one is made of matter, the rest are invisible energy states, unknown to the naked eye. But you can sense their presence inside you as we begin to pay close attention. Since these inner bodies are the source of our well-being during life, and as we travel beyond this life, ancient Indian yogis have developed specific exercises to strengthen and tone each one of these. So I want you to find that comfortable posture. with your head, your neck, and your abdomen in a straight line. Whether you're sitting up straight or lying down, let there be an alignment between all parts of your spine. Close your eyes if you haven't already done so, withdrawing your awareness from the sights and the sounds around you, bringing full attention to your physical body. Become aware of your head and shoulders, chest, the waist, the back, the abdomen, arms and legs. This is your Annamaya Kosha, the physical body. I'm going to speak an affirmation and I want you to feel it resonating within this physical body. I tune in to my physical body, giving myself time to be silent, and I listen. I'm kind to any ailments and nourish my muscles and nourish my bones and organs. I accept my body as it is right now. I'm grateful for what it makes possible for me. Now bring your full attention to the point between your nostrils and feel your breath. Notice that your breathing may already have slowed down because of all of the practices leading up to this. There's a nice, smooth, and quiet flow. Going inwards, become aware of the energy pulsing through your body. This is what makes your heart beat, your lungs expand and contract, and the blood course through your veins. The force that is orchestrating all these movements is your Pranamaya Kosha. Now repeat this to yourself. I breathe deeply and exhale what doesn't serve me. I inhale healing energy and allow that to fill my whole body. As I breathe in, my body brightens. And as I exhale, my body softens. Shift your awareness now into your brain. Pay attention to the part of your awareness that regulates your sensory input and motor output. This is the part of you that notices that your nose is itching and orders your hand to scratch it. This is the part of you that notices that you're uncomfortable sitting in one position for too long, and so it wants to make you move your legs. It generates the reflexive mental chatter that continually fires through your mind. This is your manomaya kosha. I breathe into stillness and just let thoughts come and go. I recognize that thoughts inform emotions, which inform my breath and therefore my physical body. I accept my life as it is and seek to let all things be as they are. Now lift your awareness higher inside your skull. I want you to sense that part of you that made a conscious choice to participate in today's session. The part of you that is now telling you to sit still and complete this session. It's the part of you that recognizes the value of expanding your self-awareness. It's a part of you that compels you to wake up in the morning to do your yoga or your meditation or both, even though lazing in bed might feel more pleasant. This is your Vijnanamaya Kosha. I am always more than I think I am. I have everything that I need within me. I am curious, childlike in my anticipation of new learning. I live my truth and speak up for what I believe in. Now bring your attention to your heart center. Relax deeply, breathing smoothly and evenly. Now take your time to allow yourself to settle into the state of complete tranquility. Buried deep in that inner peace is a sense of pure happiness. This is not some emotional euphoria. It's a state of joy and gratitude that pours out of you. that comes from a state of perfect contentment, being attuned within and becoming still. In this state, there is no sense of lack, no fear or desire. This is your Anandamaya Kosha. I am one with all things. My life is my purpose. I am made of more than matter. The elements of earth and sky, sun and sea, space and light are all part of me. Pure consciousness. As I breathe in, the universe breathes out. As I breathe out, the universe breathes in. Sit in this awareness for a few more moments. Rest in this awareness of pure being. Ever so gently bring your awareness back to your breath. Noticing the sensation of air that's flowing in through the nostrils, up and down through the windpipe. I want you to please bring your palms together in prayer position at your heart center, Anjani Mudra. And this is a gratitude posture. The palms, as you come bring them together, the palms are energy vortex. They are a source of energy. And as you rub your palms against each other, you kindle prana, life energy, chi. When you rub your palms very briskly, you notice a warm energy welling up between your palms. And when you feel that, I want you to take your palms and cup your eyes, one with each palm, and bless yourself. I am truly blessed. I am fortunate. I am very lucky. Wonderful people come into my life. Great ideas come into my life. Amazing opportunities come into my life. I'm truly blessed. I'm guided by love. I give everywhere I go, even if it's only a smile. My abundance overflows to those around me. I love my life. I'm the M in magic. I'm unstoppable. I welcome wealth into my life at the intersection of light and matter. I welcome wealth as life-giving life and life-sustaining life. I welcome wealth as what manifests truth, goodness, and beauty in this world. Ever so gently bring your palms back together in prayer position at your heart center. Take a moment of gratitude for what we have received. I thank you for joining me in this practice today. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Just when you feel ready, I invite you to go ahead and drop your arms and ever so gently open your eyes. And as you do so, I invite you to summarize how you're feeling right now in one word. And if you so feel inclined, you can drop that one word in the chat so we may all know what this practice did for you. Light, restored, renewed, beautiful, liquefied, peaceful, relaxed, grateful, peace, wonderful, enlightened, defragmented, expansive, peaceful, peaceful, grounded, restored, blessed, peaceful. Oh, that's beautiful, lighter, etc., etc. Excellent, excellent. So this is the power of practice, my friends. I hope in this last 3 months that I've took a break from these live sessions, Sunday Morning Joy with Jay, that you were continuing your daily practice. As I mentioned, there is tons of videos that I have recorded over the last 5 years, plenty of content for you to be reviewing. And I know, like I said, that group was meeting on Sundays, even though I was not teaching live, they were using the recorded content. So, with that said, I open it up for any questions, any comments, anything that you want to bring up, anything that you want to share, anything that you want to ask. Look at all these beautiful words: blissful, blessed, at peace, loved, etc. What might you want to have clarified or expanded or talked about? Like I mentioned, I'm going to be doing these sessions every other week. I'll be sharing that link on my WhatsApp community. It's called the Soul Tribe. And also, if you're part of the, thank you, Robert, for the donation without me asking for it. How did your trip affect your life? Asks Paulette. That's a great question. So many layers to that. One thing that stood out for me particularly, it's a reminder. I guess it's not something that I never thought of, but it's something that you forget when you're sitting in one cauldron for a very long time. And that is here in America, how much we work and how little we give emphasis to recreation and having a healthy life outside of this title of what you do, right? And I guess part of the reason I had to take this break is even this doing of teaching and this doing of content creation as a spiritual teacher is also tied to that role and that persona that we seem to embrace a whole lot more than some of the other things that balance life. And so when I travel in Europe, I know there's a lot of Europeans here who will probably attest to this. The amount of time that Europeans take to spend time with family, friends, vacation travel is incredible. They every few months they have a significant break that is baked into the calendar. It's not something like you're taking personal time off. It's not something that you actually take, a leave from work, leave of absence from work, and then go off. It's actually baked into the calendar, and it's 2 weeks. It feels like every 2 or 3 months, and because of which these people they are so much more leisurely. They have seen, obviously they've traveled a whole lot more because they've got that time and the resources. So that part of it was a nice reminder how important, because listen, at the end of the day, all of this wealth accumulation, which America's, seemingly very good at, means nothing that if you don't have the wealth of experiences, the wealth of relationships, the wealth of peace of mind, the wealth of health, right? So as you might have heard me talk about in some of the earlier sessions, wealth is not just your bank balance. There's a number of different things. That wealth of community is another one. There's 9 different forms of wealth that I've talked about in the past. So this is actually, even as a teacher, for me, it's a good reminder, like I said, because you're removed from this cauldron and you go to another cauldron where the aims and objectives, the whole meaning of life is looked at differently there. So that way, I think is a significant shift in perspective. So now let's look at some of the other questions. Caroline says, was today's session recorded? Yes, it is still being recorded. You know what? Maybe I should stop. No, I should probably continue because let's see what other questions are there. Yes, it's being recorded and I will share it on my WhatsApp. Do you have similar meditations available with the 5? So, well, today's session is recorded, so you're good there. Nancy asks, is there a significance of seeing color during meditation? Most vibrant are purple, lemon, lime colors. So, Nancy, great question. Just like I did the sound elements, the sound, there's tones that are aligned with different energy centers, the chakras, as we call it. And there is also colors that are aligned with different energy centers. And so purple, so it starts with red in the Muladhara, the root chakra. And if you go through the colors of the rainbow, the violet and the purples are aligned with the higher or the top energy centers. So the violet and indigo, depending on what exactly that version of the purple that you're seeing, are about activating the regions of the third eye or the crown chakra, Sahasrara. So yes, it is not so uncommon to see as you're closing and doing meditation that this activation of these different colors that are resonant with the energy centers. Again, the rainbow colors is a very good way for you to understand, okay, today if I'm seeing this, for example, the heart is green. So that would be the activation of that energy center. Asha says, yes, to the US ethics, the value of person is how hard you work, not who you are as a person, member of a family, etc. Exactly, Asha. Deborah says, work over living. I had balance and beauty of living in Paris. Yes. And Judy asks, what are you embarking upon so that you are now doing this alternate Sunday sessions? Okay. Okay. I didn't think I was going to talk about this because it is to do with work, but it is indeed a significant cog in the wheel. And I say a cog in the wheel because I don't want to get too deep into it. Feel free to reach out to me. Those of you who want to talk to me separately about it, I can even send some links and stuff like that. I have a neighbor who's an extremely outstanding intellectual. He and I started a club called the AI Tech Leaders Club of Silicon Valley 2 years ago. And we've had 4 events, all 4 of them is sold out. These are senior engineering leaders within key tech companies here in the world, but some of them based here, some of them not based here. And from that came up this incredible idea of working towards making artificial intelligence much more efficient and energy saving and water saving, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a sustainability and it's also a processing. Some of these things are incredibly long running and resource intensive, time consuming, expensive. And if you've heard of the most expensive company, the most wealthiest company, the most market cap in the world is this company called NVIDIA. And so we have come up with a technology that will actually make this processing significantly faster and cheaper and better. And so it's a product that we are at a very early stage, and I'm talking to advisors, I'm talking to potential investors, I'm talking to potential early adopters. So there you go. It's a summarize it in one word, one sentence. It would be it's a deep tech technology. It's hardcore. It's like a fundamental technology within the compute industry. So compute once, reuse forever, planet-wide cache. These are all some of the ways to summarize our company. But I know a lot of this is going over your head, and I don't expect it to be any different. But since you asked. Yeah, so Diksha, yes, so my co-founder has actually moved to Dallas, believe it or not. So he is doing the AI Leaders Club there. And in fact, there's a podcast that we have this Wednesday, which is, of course, not DFW. He's based out of DFW, but there's over 250 people signed up for it. So, please reach out to me, and I want to connect you with Vlad, my co-founder, my ex-neighbor, now co-founder. Hopefully, I'll bring him back to be a neighbor again. But yeah, he's based in your backyard right now. Okay, folks, it seem like there's like no other questions. Oh, there is one. Let's see. Caroline is saying, can you suggest a good source book that teaches about the 5 yogic bodies and how to? So just Google it. There's plenty of resources. The 5 bodies, energy bodies. You can Google it. More about your trip. I mean, ask me something specific. Well, I'll tell you something. Miss, what's your name, Miss? I know you've been here before. I just keep forgetting what your real name is. Okay. Monica. Okay. Listen, I'll tell you about more than the trip. What happened when I came back from the trip? You know how it's a complete reset. I've been gone for a month, 4 countries. And when you come back, it's like a reset that you forget your passwords, you forget certain things, like how things are done in this place, in your home, etc. So 2 things. When I came back I flew into Scotland, met mom there. So we traveled around Scotland. Then we took a train to Ireland. We traveled around train there. Then mom went to London to see my relatives, and then she went back to India. And I flew to Luxembourg and then Switzerland. So when I came back from Switzerland to San Francisco International Airport, the first thing I was like, I need a jacket. Can you believe it? It's up in the mountains in the Swiss Alps before I landed here. And I felt like the Bay Area was cooler, especially in the evenings after sunset, than Switzerland. Like unbelievable, but true, right? So Europe was having a heat wave, and thank God, most of the time in Switzerland, I was up in the mountains. But that's the first observation that I had, which is kind of counterintuitive. The second observation is when I came into the shower. Here in California, we are a drought state, so we have that energy efficient or the water efficient faucets and showers. So I was like, this feels like a trickle. In Europe, especially in Scotland and Switzerland and Ireland, it's so full of water. The country is so full of rivers and streams and lakes and this and that when you turn on the shower, it's like a pounding. I mean, you really feel like a massage. under the showers. And here's like the opposite. I'm like, what the heck is this thing? It feels like there's a mist coming out of there rather than, the force of the water. And even the taste of the water in these countries, there's like some of the places actually they are so proud of how sweet their water tastes. Natural. I mean, this is out of the faucet, right? No processing needed. So and then just even the breads, and the wake up and you have this morning thing, like the croissants, like fresh. We had the pleasure sometimes of being in that place where you walk into a bakery and they're just replacing the crate, that whatever, the basket with fresh things coming out of the oven. And to be able to have that with a cup of tea or some such thing is just like, oh, that's meditation right there. So I mean, yeah. So again, I don't know what else you want me to talk about, but I'll just say that. So this is my 85th country. So after these four, I've met 85 countries, traveled around the world. I hope to be able to make it to 100 before more wars break out. It's very unfortunate how so many times I plan trips and then these wars start and they don't end. Like you look, okay, you go throw bombs and fire missiles whatever and then end it. No, they've been going on for 2-3 years now. So my Israel trip got canceled. Ukraine and Russia, I can't travel now because of what you guys know what's going on. I don't know what's next on the cards, but so my recommendation is get out there when you can. It's a whole university, this whole process of traveling, talking to people, seeing things, seeing what inspires and what makes people tick and what are the things that shape their history. But I'm a huge buff for the forces that have shaped a land, both in terms of geology and all of that, but also the historical events and in the name of religion, how so much brutality has happened, and because of which these cultures have shaped. And some of them have still, the scars make them, behave in a certain way when they deal with certain people, and the pride of certain nations in keeping their culture, even though they're now part of another nation. I really admire how from that pain, and there's a beautiful saying that if there was one, there was a lot of things, right? So when you walk through the streets of Scotland and you go through through the countryside of Ireland and you see the cliffs, and there's all this poetry, and so much of English language, the phrases that we use that have come from just day-to-day things there, like for example, the word honeymoon, or earmarked, right? So like that, there's probably 50 things that I've learned along the way. What were the actual origins of those phrases that we use in everyday English language? But I want to mention to you about this one particular thing that really struck a chord with me. So we landed in Dublin, Mom and I, and immediately we went on this tour. It's called the Little Museum. Okay, so you ever go to Dublin, Ireland, incredible city. It's called the Little Museum. Okay, there is actual actors. So the state of the Ireland government has appointed actors to be your guide through the museum. So they take you from room to room, that they enact scenes and they talk about stuff. And so one of the things that was in that poetry that was recited is about this beautiful phrase by this author and playwright Oscar Wilde. So I'm going to mention to you that phrase that really struck a chord with me. He said, "We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars." That stuck with me. That really like almost kind of shook me when I first heard it. Really? We're all in the gutter, but some of us are actually in a blissful state because we're so busy looking at the stars rather than the muck around us. So I kind of looked at it and said that how important it is for us to look on the bright side of life, right? Remember that song, Always Look on the Bright Side of Life? That the depending on where the focus of your attention is, you tend to create more of that. You tend to propagate, proliferate more of that. You tend to ooze that energy, that vibe, and thereby you give a sense of hope, a sense of aspiration, a new goal to set to people who are otherwise toiling in the gutter. Now, whether that's literal or metaphoric, obviously it's metaphoric. It is something deep within the psyche where so many people have so much and yet they complain about what's not there, what's not going right, right? What somebody did to them that was unpleasant. So that's something that I'm contemplating. I don't have an answer. I don't have a yes or no whether I agree or disagree with it, but it has made me question life and then gives me a perspective to see and probably empathize with others who always tend to be pessimistic. I'm sure you have people in your life, and I certainly do, who are always finding reasons to be sad and disgruntled with people and with life in general, right? And so hopefully this is something that makes you think about it and say, what is it I can do to make myself and my kith and kin around me look at the stars? Okay, folks, we've taken a lot of time. I know you have plenty of things, but can you share one specially that felt like a magic of being present? Alberto, hopefully this was what I just shared with you was an example of that. Another thing, like I said, that I shared with you early on, that going in the trains through the countryside of Skye. There's trains leading up to Skye. Seeing the deer run from the trains at dusk was just like a magical experience. Yes, there was one moment. If you all are following me on Instagram, I actually posted it's my birthday, at this hotel, looking at the Jungfrau Mountains. I was like just spellbound. So our train arrived at about 6. By the time we got to the hotel, it was probably 6:30, 7, I don't know. But and I went out into the balcony, and there was this golden mountain right in front of me with snow cap in the heat of summer. What was it, like August, right? I could sit there and I was like going, wow. I turned away and looked at it and I was like, wow. That was breathtaking. And that's the thing, like, where I don't think I've stared at something externally outwards. And I wake up the next morning, first thing, go out there. I made by the way, I did a live stream. If those of you follow me on Instagram, it's still there on Instagram as a recorded, whatever, reel or something. That's how they save it. I woke up way before, because, just my practice, before the whole town woke up, and I did a live stream from the top of the mountain, pointing to Jungfrau and those three mountains, the three next to it. And it is such a majestic thing. No wonder some of these greatest poets and playwrights and songwriters come from these places in the middle of nowhere, just staring at seemingly, looking into oblivion, right? It's just deeply, deeply inspiring. All right, folks, with that said, I have to go. I have an event this evening I'm hosting for 100 people. This is a mini musical, was fundraiser for a school, for a charity that raises money for impoverished children in India. So wish me luck on that. I'm going to be the master of ceremonies, and we're going to have hopefully a blissful time. I'm sure it will be a blissful time. There's this incredible group of friends coming to help me out with that. Until I see you all again in 2 weeks, keep your practice. Share questions, comments, thoughts, etc. on the WhatsApp group, Soul Tribe, as I call it. And until I see you all again, same time, same place, a couple of weeks from now, be well.